get the rest of your belongings?
Y'all should document this. Because he's I don't have to lie.
Being a criminal and a master manipulator is a dangerous combination. Oftentimes, these are the most difficult situations for officers to diffuse. Even though being a police officer is a dangerous job, it's incredibly rewarding when the police step in and these master manipulators realize they've been caught.
This is not right. I don't have what's going on?
Kicking off this countdown, we dive into a triple threat situation. It was October 2nd when the cops drove past the residence of our suspect, Jeffrey. Jeffrey had a warrant out for his arrest and was running from the law. So the officers decided to try and apprehend him.
Hello, is Jeff here? Jeffrey? Is Jeffrey here?
No. What can I do for
He's
you?
not home? We just need to speak with him. Do you know where he's at?
No.
Does he live here?
He stays here sometimes.
Does he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't know where he's living
Back
right
and
now?
forth, you know, with
Yeah.
the girl.
Oh, he's got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just need to speak with him, but you don't know where his girlfriend lives right now?
You got a card or something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As it turns out, Jeffrey somehow convinced his two less than bright parents to cover for him. The officers have extreme suspicions that he may be hiding in the house, and it would only be a matter of time before they found out.
It's all good. Do you know who Jeffrey is?
Yes. He's the son of the renter I had.
Okay.
I'm the property owner. I'm sure you saw my Georgia plates.
Yeah.
I can give you their address. Tarpon was already here a couple nights ago.
They don't make notes, so we don't see
Yeah,
them.
so I'll make notes.
But we'll make a note so nobody
I
comes
had my.
knocking on your
It's
door.
okay. It's just the midnight knocks, you know. It's keeping
Are
me
you
up a lot.
staying here?
Yes, I'm moving back.
Okay.
They did enough destruction on this house where I'll be here at least a year to put all the systems back together.
A quick chat with the family's previous landlord tells us just about everything we need to know about them. They seem to be regular troublemakers, so we can't imagine they'll willingly cooperate and hand their son over.
I just don't know how someone's capable of like doing the stuff they did, and I just don't know how they did it. I'm really stunned.
Was it just him, Jeffrey, that lived
No,
there?
he's with his parents. He
They're all-
hides under his parents, and the mailman came to me and said there's no forwarding order. I can't sue him. Obviously, that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
But they said they just put in a hold mail, and they moved somewhere else. And then she came back to me, and she was really upset because my property management company wouldn't give her the deposit back.
From the landlord's accounts, they have some insane audacity too. Now having confirmation that Jeffrey often hides with his parents, the cops decide to go have another word with this scheming family.
Hey, so this is Jeff's vehicle.
Yeah.
How did he get to his girlfriend's?
I have no idea, but I know that's not running very well. I think the brakes are...
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna sit down the end of the street all day long. If I see him leave here, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna arrest you and your wife as well for harboring a felon. Okay? Right now, he's a felon.
Yeah, he's got a
okay?
warrant,
He has
so
a
he's a
warrant,
felon.
and he's a felon. And the only way the warrant's gonna be cleared, okay, is for fleeing law enforcement. Okay, so, yeah, really. So if he's here, you guys are harboring a felon, and you both will go to jail for harboring a felon. So if he's here, he's just better off just come with us and get it done. He has a bond. He can bond out. So that would be the best.
When the cop here lays down the law, you can hear that the father's beginning to doubt his actions. The officers are determined, and they're not letting up. And this prompts the father to state that he'll check to see if Jeffrey's in the house.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think you like that. Screen, you like this?
Right. Well, let me see if he's here. Let me see if he's here.
Oh, wow, hey, well,
Went from he's at his girlfriend's to let me see if he's here, right?
yeah. We know he's in there.
Yeah, they're waking him up. He's sleeping, Jeff. You
Or
need to
he's
go
talking- he's talking
Jeff,
to
you need to
mother.
go talk to these guys. 'Cause me and Mom don't want to go to jail.
Or the mom's saying no, no, no. We'll see.
You stay parked down the street. You got nothing else better to do.
Can you see him there?
I can see him there.
Okay.
Because he went over, she was standing there, and they stopped and talked face to face for a second or two.
The cops are almost in disbelief at the stupidity of this family, who seemed to think they were going to pull a fast one on them. The cops' instincts were spot on, and now it was game over for this suspect.
Hey, where's Jeff?
You have a warrant?
Yeah, we do. He's got a warrant. Yeah, we're with him now. Get him.
Huh?
He's got a warrant. Have Jeff come out. Well, we saw him there. We know Jeff's here.
I know. Well, I'm just asking him.
Yeah. Have Jeff come out.
Excuse me.
Yep. We already saw he's here.
Where's he at?
Right now, this is not right. I don't have what's going on?
We'll get more information.
You guys can't even tell me?
Well, yeah, we'll let you know.
So, you know more than we do. You fled from law enforcement.
No, I didn't. I never. No, I did not, sir.
Well, listen, we don't even know the case. The judge wants to see it. That's basically it.
Once the door was open and the officers saw Jeffrey, nothing stood in the way of them now apprehending him. He might have been able to manipulate his parents, but this tactic is certainly not going to work with the officers.
Thanks for telling me. Step right up there. We'll get the cuffs in front for you.
Yeah, I got 13 broken bones.
Okay. Yeah,
And a punctured lung.
wow. So what happened?
Some guy hit me head on. I guess he was looking at his cell phone or
Oh,
whatever.
jeez. Where was it at?
Coming off of Veterans in Tampa.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I was on my way home from work.
So did he stop or did he run?
No, he stopped. Yeah, they got him.
Jesus.
But yeah, he ended up breaking 5 of my ribs, puncturing my lung, 5 vertebrae in my back, my shoulder, my chest, my clavicle, my wrists.
How do you say your last name?
That was only May 29th. Selazan.
So, okay. Just let him know. We'll get these up first. We'll feel a lot better for you.
Yeah. My shoulders are
Let me know something could be.
okay. No, that's okay. That's good. Yeah, thank you.
For a man who has this apparent list of injuries, Jeffrey seems awfully stable. Judging by his extravagant stories, his manipulating days are not going to be over anytime soon. Living with a manipulator can be absolute hell. When cops responded to a 911 call about a man who was shot in the leg by his wife, things were every bit as chaotic as they expected. The wife had fled the scene, leaving a trail of carnage behind her.
Anywhere else?
Yeah.
Good. Just keep that way as far as you can.
I haven't even gone in. I don't know where she's at.
I take it from the tree to the air conditioner and then from the...
I didn't see it, but I heard every bit of it. They were in a steel barn. I was sitting right all my woods still. I was deer hunting with my son. My son's in the car. He's 5. So I mean, he raised me. I mean, he's my dad pretty much, and I'm here every night because I know they've been fighting, so I've been coming every night just in case some dumb like this happened. I didn't think she'd shoot him though.
The couple's son felt the need to stay at their house, and that fact says a lot about how unstable things were already. Not even he was prepared for how explosive the situation would turn out to be.
They both came home at the same time. She was in front of him, he was behind her. She pulled in the garage, she parked over there. He went in the house, I heard her start screaming. I mean, you can hear everything. I heard her start screaming, yelling, this motherfucker. Heard the door slam, he came back out of the truck. I heard the truck door open. I peeked out the back of the blind. I was like, what's going on? 10 minutes before that shot went off, either she shot, I'm pretty sure she shot outside because he was inside. I watched him go back inside to the back of the blind, and then I heard a gunshot. And then I heard a second shot, bang, and he started. I heard him scream. She was walking out to the wood line. I don't know what she was doing. She might have threw the gun.
Having witness accounts in situations like these is completely invaluable, and the son cleared up the series of events quite nicely. The gun was found exactly where he indicated it would be, and now the next step was tracking Dawn, the wife, down.
I filed for a divorce yesterday. Yeah. Got 3 of them. She went absolutely ape. And we've been fighting for years. Been married 26 years.
Is there tape in that? And what's her name?
Her name is Dawn.
You filed for divorce yesterday. What happened today?
I filed for, Tuesday. And she's gone ballistic.
This man's incredibly calm for someone who just got shot, and trying to leave was definitely the right decision. Unfortunately, he wasn't quick enough to escape this woman's insane rage.
So she's got the gun pointed at my face. And I was like, I had a bag that I was going to pack in my hand. And I thought about trying to throw the bag to her to distract her. Yeah.
The story goes that the woman cornered the victim as he came out of the bathroom, and all of this was an attempt to get the man to admit to cheating. The woman, however, needs a serious reality check, since it's never okay to threaten someone with a gun.
They want to know.
Unless I can be bailed out, but I'm not going to trust what they say because the last time they said I can be bailed out, they told me I couldn't.
They want to know. They want to know where you're at if you'll tell them. They're asking you to ask.
I'm not telling. I'm not going to jail. Because you're right.
Okay.
Dawn seems to think that she has a say in whether she's going to jail or not, but right now, it's only a matter of time. Dawn should have thought things through before shooting someone with a deadly weapon.
Back toward us. Walk straight back. Straight back.
What are you doing?
Keep walking straight back. Get away from us, son. Stop right there. Get down to your knees.
Are you going to handcuff me?
Put your hands above your head.
I did. Oh my God. What are you doing?
Don't move.
What are you doing? What are you doing to me? Please stop. Ow! Will you please listen?
You want on yours? Yeah.
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Shortly after, the woman on the run was apprehended during a traffic stop. The question of where she's going is incredibly easy to answer, because of course, she's going straight to jail.
Please stop. Will you please take these loosen them?
Ma'am, just relax, okay? Listen,
You said I was going to go back to my house.
We are. I'm going to take you back there now.
Okay.
Just relax, okay?
Okay.
We don't have a female deputy here right now to search you.
Oh, I pull my pants down if you want me to.
No. I just want to kind of like make sure you got nothing in your waist.
No, I have nothing.
Did you just turn for me?
Yeah.
Okay, and now I'm just gonna feel your back, back of my hand.
You're good.
Dawn's incredibly panicky, and it's probably the realization that the consequences of her actions are finally going to catch up with her. If you ask us, it's about time. It also seems that she wants to get on the cop's good side, because Dawn's willing to be searched, even though there's no female officer present.
Yeah, we are gonna have to put you in handcuffs, so.
He said you wouldn't have to.
Who said that?
Investigator. He said I wouldn't be handcuffed.
Well,
he promised.
Transport.
Yeah, we have policy while we're on the road. We have to.
We have no idea who the inspector is or why he was giving this woman legal advice, but it's clear he had no idea what he was talking about. This woman had just shot someone, and that's enough reason to not trust her without handcuffs.
Can you please untighten this right one?
Ma'am, I can fit my finger in between it. They're not made for comfort, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
I'll get you down there as quick as possible, okay?
Okay, thank you.
It's pretty ironic that the woman's complaining about the handcuffs hurting her when her husband is literally dealing with the pain of a gunshot wound, and her anxious tantrum is not going to gain her any sympathy at all. It might just be one more manipulation tactic.
I didn't mean to shoot
The way that the ORC code reads is that if you cause or attempt to cause serious physical harm.
I wasn't trying to do that.
You stated, I was going to scare the out of him.
I was trying to scare him to admit that he's having an affair.
By pointing a gun at him.
Yeah, because he never will tell me any goddamn truth.
That's felonious assault. Okay.
This woman clearly doesn't grasp the basic rules of owning a firearm, and this is likely why this situation became so incredibly dangerous. Her justifications just make her look totally crazy.
But he gets to walk away. And because I'm threatening him, do you know how many times he's threatened me? Do you know how many times I've been threatened by him? If you touch that, I'm gonna break your neck, you like last night. That's my bedroom upstairs. Don't fucking come in there, because if you do, I'm gonna beat the out of you for it. So he gets to walk away. He gets to walk away and walk free, and I don't. It's okay for him to do it, but I can't, right?
There's a huge difference between making verbal threats and acting insane with a gun like this woman did. And the husband's not just walking away free like she claims. Instead, he's limping away on crutches, and that's because of her.
No, look, he said he lied.
Okay, put your hands on your back now.
He lied.
Put your hands on your back.
Jesus Christ, you liar. You lied. He lied to me.
Put your hands on your back.
God it. Where's he at? Yvonne, please, help me. Yvonne, please help me. He lied. Please help me. Oh my God. I didn't do anything wrong.
It's arguable that she definitely deserves the justice she's getting at the moment, and there's nothing sweeter than seeing manipulators finally getting a taste of their own medicine. She was charged with attempted murder and assault. If you think you have issues with your mother-in-law, this next nightmare situation might hit close to home. On the 15th of May, 2022, police responded to a battery in progress, and it's every bit as unhinged as you'd expect.
You just paid. Do you know who paid for the insurance? It was me.
What happened?
Well, when I came home from a friend's house, there was a
Talk to the victim. She's in there.
And he was there.
Is she okay?
my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend, okay. Who are you to him?
My mother.
It's your mother?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
When I came home, because
Okay.
I'd been out with one of my friends, she was sitting there and he was at the door. And I just wanted to make my way to her room because we're going through a divorce.
Who?
Me and my husband.
You know it's bad when the cops walk in and see incessant fighting and shouting. Even though the cop managed to stop everyone from screaming, no one on the scene was providing any helpful information.
I did not tell you I threw her down.
You did. And I have it recorded. I'm recording. This is recorded with video and camera, video and audio, okay? So what did you do? So we'll go through it again, okay? So you walk in and
My son's there.
Okay.
She's sitting on the counter.
she's talking mess, according to you. What was she saying?
They're both talking about, because I sent a text. Where's my phone again? Here it is. Because on Mother's Day, let me just tell you what happened.
The woman starts backtracking on her story very quickly, but she's pretty all over the place, and she can't seem to keep her story straight. Thankfully, her son's girlfriend, who she's had an altercation with, is a better storyteller.
On Mother's Day, I didn't get her a candied apple, and she made a big deal about it. So I just sat down and said, hey, if you have a problem with me, then you can tell me. And then she started raising her voice at me and started cussing me out. So I started raising my voice at her. And then she said, okay, just get out of my house then. I said, your name's not on this lease. You do not own this house. You don't have to kick me out. If he wants me out, I will gladly leave. And she threw her bags down and said, fine, you know what? Come here. She grabbed me by the arm and grabbed me by the hair and yanked me down. Okay. And then my boyfriend, who's in there, grabbed her, and then his brother came in and got her off of me.
Her son's girlfriend gave us a clearer version of the backstory, and it's absurd to think that all of this started over candied apples. The attacker should perhaps expect Mother's Day gifts from her own children, right? But not their girlfriends. What do you think?
For my birthday, you know what I got? Jambalaya.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna talk about your birthday.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to come get me out of jail. Yeah.
Ma'am, go ahead and hang up the phone because I haven't made a decision yet. So go ahead and hang up the phone.
I'm probably going to jail.
Ma'am, go ahead and hang up the phone, please. Thank you. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, ma'am. Okay, what's your name? Okay. My name is Officer Videla with the Athens Clark County Police Department, okay? Let's restart to when it all happened.
The mom just seems to be wasting the officer's time now. It's already pretty clear to the cop that she's not on the best terms with everyone else living in the house. So the cop no longer needed to hear her sad birthday story about how she received jambalaya.
You want to press charges? You don't know? Well, we don't want to leave and have this happen again. Do you live here?
No, I come here every Sunday to come visit.
Okay. Did she hit your brother, your boyfriend or anything?
I don't know, because I was on the ground. I just know that he was, like, I was face down on the ground trying to get my hands off my hair.
Okay.
And I told him this was all staged. If it wasn't staged, you know what? There is no way he would have any of it.
Sorry, just trying to save it, and then I can play it.
It's okay. Just find out for me, 5-6.
Are you sure you don't want to press charges?
I do.
You do want to press charges? Okay.
How long have you lived here? Well, how long have you?
Years?
How long do you currently live here?
About 15 years.
No,
We've been married for 24.
Do you currently live at this home?
Yes.
As it turns out, the son and his girlfriend had the entire altercation voice recorded. Whether this means it was staged or not is possibly up for debate, but it's clear everyone had a hand in things getting so out of control.
It was very disrespectful.
Like how you avoid spending time with all of us. You'd rather spend time in your room alone towards him and Garrett.
I noticed that too.
It wasn't staged. They were saying it.
It was staged.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Hey,
you would not have
You want to
recorded
go
it.
walk in the living room, please?
You're just trying to help your dad.
So, ma'am, how you think it was staged? You think they were trying to agitate you or something like that?
Oh, I know they were.
Okay.
We're going through a divorce.
Mm-hmm. Did she say anything that she wanted to fight you or something like that, or no? Okay.
Things get really interesting when we hear snippets of the conversation before things got physical. Everyone should have been able to keep their cool though. Even though they might have been baiting her, she still has no excuse to get violent.
Oh, baby. Please.
Please what? What are you begging for? Please what?
Nothing from you.
Okay, well, I'm never give anything to you. You're being disrespectful to me. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to tell me what my problem is.
I'm going to tell you what your problem is.
What's my problem?
You're on too many meds. You're bipolar. You're ADHD.
You know what? It sounds like you're talking about you because I don't take any meds.
That's what I said to her.
Well, I'm asking you what happened because all I got is what she's telling me.
No, I don't care what she tells you. She can kiss my
Okay.
and that's exactly what I told her. Yes, shut.
Don't shrug your shoulders.
You can't say that I'm on meds. You cannot say I'm on meds. And I never met. I was being really hyper. Y'all all looked at me weird. I said, I'm sorry. I have a really bad ADHD. I don't take medicine for it because I don't like how it makes me feel. I have severe ADHD.
No.
Yes.
You have not told me that.
It's probably because you've been drinking too much to where you can't remember it, honey.
You were drunk when she said that.
Every single time I talk to you, you're always drunk.
The woman's crying and pleading on the recording shows the real extent of her manipulation tactics. Acting all soppy doesn't excuse her abhorrent behavior, and by the sounds of it, she's also quite the alcoholic.
All right, go ahead, stand up for me, okay? You just leave your stuff down there. Okay, go ahead, put your hands behind your back, all right? You are under arrest, okay, for battery. We're gonna go ahead and double lock these, okay? We're gonna take you out to the car, all right?
Can you bring my phone and wallet?
Yeah.
The woman seems to have quietly accepted her fate, and it does count in her favor that she didn't resist the arrest at all. The tension had definitely been building up from both sides of the family, and on this day, it reached a boiling point.
If she were to get out, she'd have all rights to come back to this house because it is her house, right? She lives here.
Yes.
So I'll explain the entire process. So for you, the reason why I asked you if you guys have ever lived together or anything like that is because if you live together, right, then she would have to, because she would be the primary aggressor. So if you live together or had any kids together or were ever in a relationship together or ever married, then it'd be a domestic violence situation. But that's not the case, right? So you don't share any blood with her. You guys don't live together. There's nothing that makes it a domestic violence case between you and her, okay? If it were, then she would not be allowed to come back to the home. But because it is not, then that's the issue. Now, furthermore, okay, the house may be under your name, but because you guys are married, it is shared property.
The cop took the time to explain the woman's rights to the rest of the family. Regardless of the drama and the issues they were having, she's lucky that she'll still have a home to live in, at least until the divorce is settled, that is.
Can you call my son and let him know I'm putting a TPO out on her?
I'll let him know.
Huh?
I'll let the officer know to tell your son he's still there.
I'm putting a TPO out, and she can't come back around me, and I live there.
Okay.
10-4, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, she just made it apparent to the officers that she plans on taking out a TPO on you. I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures of your injuries, okay?
The girlfriend has some serious injuries, and the fight became so drastic that a bunch of her hair was pulled out. Thankfully, these two will now be legally prohibited from seeing each other again, and hopefully, this should be the end of it.
I said divorces are tough.
Yeah.
My parents split up when I was younger, and obviously they're still not on good terms. And yeah, I hate it for people. I know it's a lot of stress, and you're still living with somebody.
Stress.
You're still living with somebody that you resent. You get to the point where you resent, and you don't want to live with them anymore. And you have to wait for the process of the divorce to be filed, and look for another place to live. And
well, what he told me was he's got better things to worry about than me. Which told me, I keep asking him, do you have an attorney? Nope. Got better things to worry about than you.
It's clear that the woman is quite distraught and has been through a lot as well. The officer showed her some understanding and compassion that was certainly needed, and now she can hopefully move on with her life. The woman was booked on battery charges, but eventually her charges were dismissed. On the 2nd of October 2022, officers tried to initiate a traffic stop on 33-year-old Sean, who was going over 80 miles an hour in a 45 zone. Instead of complying, this man kept on driving until he pulled into his garage, thinking stupidly he could just close his garage door on the officers.
Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. The garage doors are going to close. Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Do it now. Put your hands out the window. so I can see your hands.
Accidentally turning the music's volume up is pretty funny, and it already shows us that the man's in quite a disgruntled state. The fact that he's not cooperating makes the cops pretty tense, so he quickly needs to assess how to safely prevent this situation from getting ugly.
Why were you going 80 miles an hour on Algonquin Road?
My wife is in the house.
Okay. How much have you had to drink tonight?
I'm not. My wife is. She told me I took her from work.
You came home from work?
Yes.
And?
She's struggling right now.
What is she struggling with?
She couldn't be.
Why didn't you call 911?
I don't know. I haven't been home.
How old is she?
Like 30.
She's 30?
Yeah. Can I go check her?
No.
I'm home.
Okay. That doesn't mean anything.
I'm finding it hard to believe this man's lame excuse about his wife. The cop can't take anything he says at face value because he doesn't act like someone who's worried about a serious medical emergency. If that was the case, it should have been the first thing he said to the cop.
When I came here, I started. When as soon as I got here, I started going fast. I'm sorry.
Where's your driver's license?
I think it's inside.
You think it's inside?
Yes.
Or is it inside?
I think so. Not sure.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Sean.
What is it?
Sean.
Sean?
Yes.
Okay. How do you spell Sean?
Can I go check my wife?
No. You just tried to close the garage door on me. You saw me turn on my lights and you didn't pull over.
Really?
Yeah. How did you not see me?
Do
you see the police car behind you?
No. I'm so sorry. Can I go check on my wife?
No, I'm going to call an ambulance for here.
Why?
Because your wife's having trouble breathing.
If his wife was fighting for her life, then why would he take the time to close the garage door instead of just running inside to her? The fact that he's confused why the cop is calling an ambulance is the first of many times he's going to catch himself in his own lies.
All right, so your driver's license isn't inside, so you're lying to me because you're revoked.
What do you mean?
Your driver's license is revoked.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean, come on, guy. You tell me you haven't had anything to drink. Your eyes are red, bloodshot, glossy.
Because I'm working all night.
What time did you start work?
5.
5?
Water.
Okay, so you have insurance on the car or no?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Should be there.
Is this your car?
Yes, of course.
Okay. How about we start coming up with the truth?
What do you mean?
This is your car. You don't know if you have insurance on it?
It should be in there.
It should be in the glove compartment.
It's getting worse and worse as we learn this guy doesn't even have a valid license. His slurred speech is also a dead giveaway for what the cops suspected. The man's typical drunk stare into nothingness could be a sign that he's up to no good.
Hello? Who else is home?
No one. Should be no.
It's just her? Is she sleeping, you think?
She should be sleeping.
Okay. So again, with the honesty, how much have we had to drink tonight?
I have not drank at all.
I can smell it, man.
That's my car.
Hmm?
I spilled the Jack and Coke in my car.
You spilled a Jack and Coke in your car. When did you spill a Jack and Coke in your car? Today?
Yep.
Okay, so you said you weren't drinking, but you had a Jack and Coke.
No, I spilled it in the car.
Okay, so you made yourself a Jack and Coke and then spilled it?
No. There was a bottle here, and I spilled it. I threw it away.
It's funny how the man's wife went from having breathing problems to being asleep, and we can't help but wonder if she even exists at all. This guy's excuses are now just an annoyance, and we can't even count how many times his story's changed.
Tired of your lies already, man.
What lies?
Is your wife's name the same last name?
Yes.
You said, oh, my phone's, I left it at work. No, it's in the cup holder right there.
No, I have 2 phones. I have 2 phones.
Okay. And I asked you, where's your phone at?
At work.
Okay. Is that the phone she called you on?
No.
She called your work phone?
Yes, which I flipped out and I left.
Okay. And you're going the speed limit up until you got into Lake in the Hills, then you decided to do 80.
I flipped out.
Well, your wife's not home.
Yeah.
This is where the man's whole story starts to fall apart. It's clear that just about nothing this man's told the cops this night has been true, so he's not exactly scoring trust points. He also calls the wrong number when attempting to call his supposed wife, and by this time, the cop's seen enough.
Well, go ahead and step out of the car for me, all right?
Why?
Why? Because you're under arrest. Step out of the car for me.
How?
Come on. This can go one of 2 ways. All right? This can go an easy way, or I can rip you out of the car.
I gotta call my wife.
You already tried calling your wife. I've given you multiple options. You decided to call Victor instead of calling your wife.
So I was like,
you're under arrest because your driver's license is revoked, And I believe that you're driving under the influence of alcohol.
You think so?
I do.
So
go ahead and step out of the car.
What do you want to do?
I want you to get out of the car.
And then what?
And I'm going to place you under arrest.
Why?
I just told you why.
This guy's attitude while being instructed to get out of the vehicle is just insane. He's acting like an oversized toddler refusing to go to bed. Clearly, he can't stay in the car the entire night, and as the cop clearly stated, he can just rip him out of the car.
I'm going to put my hands on you, and it's not going to feel nice to you.
Hold on.
This is all being recorded on my body-worn camera along with these other officers.
Same here.
Okay. Get out of the car.
So why are you taking me? What are you doing?
Because you're driving 80 miles an hour in a 45. Your driver's license is revoked, and I believe you're driving under the influence of alcohol. That's why. I've already asked you multiple times nicely to get out of the car. You're refusing a lawful order to do so. You're getting close to obstructing my investigation.
I'm home. I'm in my house.
It doesn't matter.
This is my house, my garage.
Okay.
Okay, so where are you at? So tell me, where are you at right now?
I'm at 180 Bridlewood.
That's my house, right?
Sure.
So why are you in the garage?
By the sound of it, this guy seems to think that as long as you make it home, the cops can no longer arrest you for breaking the law. The only thing his illogical arguments seem to be doing effectively is to get on everyone's nerves. His time to comply peacefully is almost up.
I'm going to give you a count for you. I'm going to put
Listen to me. You're in my house.
1.
You're in my house.
2.
No, I'm serious.
3. Let's go.
You are in my house. This is my house.
Come on. Let's go.
You're in my house.
Yeah, I know I'm in your house. Let's go.
No, listen to me.
Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach.
You're in my house. You're in my house. You're in my house.
You want to get tased? You're going to get tased.
You're in my house.
You're going to get tased.
You're in my house, sir.
You're going to get tased. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
You're in my house. You're in my house. Sir, you're in my house.
Stop.
You're in my house. Hold on. Hold on. You're in my house.
He no longer has to be pissed off that the cops are in his house, because they're definitely driving back to the police station soon. But this time, they're taking him with them. The man was charged with DUI, resisting arrest, speeding 35 over, and operating an uninsured motor vehicle. Cops are accustomed to responding to intensely serious situations, but now and then, a dramatic and totally unnecessary scene unfolds. This was the case on January 21st, 2024, when Verona, Wisconsin police responded to 2 separate 911 calls from the same location.
What's going on?
I just made a call because we were leaving the bar together.
Yep.
He decided to not leave with me anymore, and we started getting kind of pushy, and he pushed me. He saw him do it. He saw him do it. Right here.
Okay, sir, why don't you wait in front of my squad car for me, please?
And there's a call from July in the past where he had threatened to push me down the stairs at Berkeley Road, and there is history here.
Okay.
It's pretty ridiculous when couples involve the police in their drama. And right off the bat, these two are taunting one another and being quite argumentative. The woman's acting pretty cringy, and the so-called employees she's referring to are actually just her co-workers.
My friend in that car, we're out here trying to stop me from going with him, saw us we got into a physical pushing match, and he pushed me down. I did not push him down at all.
So he pushed you you fell to the ground?
Not all the way to the ground. He just pushed me.
And you lost your balance but didn't fall?
Correct.
How did he push you?
Just with both of his hands.
In your shoulder, back, chest area?
Your chest to chest.
Okay. Although she didn't fall to the ground, this woman seems to be making a pretty big deal of things, and we can't help but think that all of this could have been avoided if she'd simply let this poor guy go home. The cop here recognizes the woman from a previous stop, which is not a great sign.
I would like to press charges for him pushing me, if that is a thing, and I'd like to
possibly.
I'd like to go home after that, but I don't want him to get out.
Were you injured at all?
No.
Okay. I know that's a different avenue that I can go down.
Assaulting me, I just don't think it's okay for you to push anyone.
Yeah.
Although we were chest to chest arguing, he pushed me. I did not push him.
In a conversation with the man, he admits that they were casually seeing each other for a while, but now he wanted to break things off, and she was not getting the message. Considering she wasn't injured at all, calling the cops seems to be a far cry for attention.
I had 2 beers.
Okay.
And then I tried to leave.
and I started my car, and she stood behind my car and wouldn't let me leave. So then I tried to go back inside. She wouldn't even let me go back inside. She wanted to have a conversation. I said, I don't know what you really want to talk about.
The woman, whose name is Adelaide, was bordering on being a serious level 5 stalker, and upon being rejected, she caused some serious destruction. In a hilarious move, the man tried to run around the block to coax her into chasing him so he could outrun her and get away. Unfortunately, this move was not successful.
If I got an Uber, she's hopping in the Uber with me. I was like, well,
Sure.
you know, the Uber driver don't want to be a third party in this because both of you can
Yep.
The selfish actions of this manipulator left everyone standing outside in the blistering cold, and none of this looks like a pleasant experience at all.
I mean, he's at the face of someone who's innocent. This car parked in front of me, won't let me leave. See this? That's right over there. I took a picture of it, parked in front of my car. I mean, what am I supposed to do after a while?
Sure. All right. Did you confront anyone?
About what?
Them blocking your car and everything?
I said, what are you doing for my car?
Okay. What'd they say?
I don't really say nothing. You can tell they're drunk as hell.
Okay.
The man was clever enough to take documented proof of the entire absurd scenario that took place, and the measures Adelaide and her friends took to keep the man there was nothing short of manic.
Rafi showed up here and there's police and I need help. I can't say anything else. I'm in the back of a car. I'm not drunk, but like just please trust me and come here if you can. I can talk more in person. I'm so sorry.
Adelaide's call for help backfires dramatically, and we can assume that she bothers people with unnecessary nonsense like this quite often. In the meantime, the officer proceeds to get witness statements, going to the woman's friends who allegedly witnessed the altercation.
You guys are safe to get home tonight? You guys come from a bar, it is bar time.
Yeah,
no,
of course, I'm good.
Of course. It's, I'm glad you're not driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
So you are friends of both?
I'm friends of her.
Her? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to your side and chat with you through your window.
That's totally fine.
Do you want to roll yours up, stay warm, sir?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
The 1,000-yard stare of the witness and the fist bumping of the cop are quite amusing, and it's obvious you can't trust the judgment of people who are this intoxicated. The officer still tried to get information from them, but you might say this was less than helpful.
Is it possible she lost her balance or couldn't slip on ice and fell?
Probably.
Okay. That's what you said. I saw him trip her. I want to get details of like.
No, I totally get that. Yeah.
Because it's one thing. So then if I go back to him and she's like, I didn't trip her. I'm like, all right, no, I'm back to square one here. Anything physical outside the car here or anything? I guess they don't get along, and he showed up here tonight, and she wasn't expecting to be here, and then they kind of were getting along, and then escalated.
They were getting along, and then all of a sudden, just fireworks.
Okay.
The female witness catches herself in her own story. Somehow she managed to see the woman falling down, but nothing else. This doesn't sound impartial at all, but the good news is that the cop here could see right through this.
So my partner is telling me he's seen some marks on the car.
Okay. I was here with
explain
about 10 people that don't like him as well.
Okay. Do you know how the damage occurred on the car?
I didn't see anything.
Did you damage his vehicle?
I did not.
The woman's lame attempt to make the guy look bad is laughable, and it's clear she's trying to majorly exaggerate things. When the guy didn't return her affection, she completely lost it, and it's hard to see how anyone could be on her side.
Did you guys ever live together?
Hell no.
Okay. I have to ask.
She would come over, like, come on, man. She just called me. I don't know who gave her a phone.
The shot of the woman calling the man from the back of the police car is absolutely priceless. Seems like there's no power on earth that's gonna lessen her obsession with him. And at this point, this woman's just embarrassingly desperate.
What is this like? I feel like I was getting teamed up on. And I'm like, look, I could either engage with this male and fight him, but then they win. Because even if I win the fight, then I still get some sort of, battery or whatever. I get involved. People get paid to fight.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting for free.
The man somehow managed to keep a level head when Adelaide and all of her friends teamed up on him, and we have to commend his cool composure. This is certainly a wild story that he'll laugh at in the future, but at the moment, it's pretty jarring.
So he walked around and I followed him back here to the parking lot. And then he was like, I'm done, I'm calling the cops. And I was like, I'm calling them too because...
Why didn't you just let him leave if he wanted to leave?
We just have a lot of history, and
I was planning on going home with him.
Okay.
The silence after the cop asked her why she didn't just let him leave is absolutely golden. Even though she realizes she has no leg to stand on, she feels like he had no right to refuse to go home with her. Talk about needing a reality check.
Based on our investigation, I'm going to place you under arrest for disorderly conduct.
Okay.
Okay? You put your hands behind your back.
This investigation ends the only way it was supposed to, with Adelaide in handcuffs. Hopefully, this is the first and the last time she gets arrested, but only time will tell if she's learned her lesson. She was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. Being an officer means dealing with the craziest of crazies, often on big holidays. On December 24th, 2023, Ohio officers were called to a local residence after a 911 report of a woman refusing to leave a property. Upon the officers' arrival, a man and woman were loudly fighting, and let's just say that things were not about to calm down.
I'm hanging in there. What's going on, man?
This drug dealer, he's a drug dealer. Because he's a
Why is he drug dealing?
Yeah, he's drug dealing crack. He wants to be a snitch tonight, so I feel like I should be a snitch too. He wants to be a snitch. He wants to be a snitch tonight, so I'm gonna snitch on him too. He just told me he had a whole gram of crack on the table.
It doesn't take long to realize that this woman has quite the mouth on her. She's making outlandish claims and accusations, so much so that she has her boyfriend cracking up.
He was just selling crack. Y'all letting this drug dealer go.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm gonna go home.
We'll get him.
Yeah, get him. Get him because he's weird.
Can you get the rest of your belongings?
Y'all should document this. Because he's I don't have to lie.
Hilariously, this woman complains about the man snitching when she's quite literally being the biggest snitch on the planet. She also has no proof of her wild claims and accusations, so no one's paying her much attention at all.
He was telling me all these stories how he was selling crack, and y'all talking about me, and this is a whole drug dealer.
Well,
how does that make sense?
Well, we can't do anything about that right now, but what we can do is make sure that you get home safely. Okay?
Believe me.
Where do you live at?
I live down the street. He's a whole.
Where?
Down the street.
I know. What's your? How would I mail you a letter?
There's only one person who should be embarrassed here, and you tell me, is it that difficult to figure out who it is? Unfortunately, this is only a glimpse of the woman's unruly behavior that will leave everyone in shock.
You're homeless. How can a homeless person tell me anything?
You're about to go to jail. Shut up and get your shoes on. Stop.
Homeless ass.
Get your shoes.
You don't have. All them is weird. You don't have.
She has.
You don't have. I do have a soap in his bathroom. That's what
we ain't worried about soap.
Now you know you're annoying when an officer's willing to pay for your so-called expensive soap just to get you to leave. She continues carrying on with her tirade, angering the officers who are trying in vain to get her to cooperate.
You don't pay $20 for soap. You pay $5 for soap. Don't you? You pay $5. You pay $5. You pay $5 for soap. I pay $20 for soap.
You want to go to jail?
I pay $20.
You want to go to jail?
My
get your stuff.
Bills. You talking about?
Get your stuff.
You're weird.
All right, now you're going to jail. Good job.
I gotta tell you, that soap must be really valuable for her to boil over like that. That jab she threw was a serious offense, so she's definitely not going home with her soap now.
What is your problem, young lady?
You're gonna ruin my life! I got a whole career! I got a whole career! He don't give a
The woman has a very obvious flair for dramatics, and even has the gall to threaten the man's life in front of the cops. It's funny how the tears always start rolling when the handcuffs come out, but like usual, it's a little too late to start regretting things now.
You got these crackers on me!
Cops have to deal with a whole lot of whining every day, but this manipulator is certainly one of the worst. We can totally understand why the man felt the need to call the cops on her. Otherwise, she would have never left.
Stop! Stop!
You are acting ridiculous.
With one hell of a struggle, eventually she's loaded into the back of the patrol car. Allegedly, the man's been having trouble with her for some time now, and this was not the first time she attacked him.
This really happened to me yesterday, and I was like, trying to get rid of that for the down. I was like, look, you know what I mean? Like you really sitting right in my face, and they said, you can leave, just go home. And you throw a bottle in my face. Like, she gotta be on drugs or something.
Well, she's getting an assault charge now. Yeah.
The man sounds properly fed up, and we can't blame him. Thankfully, the cops were there and witnessed her throwing things at him, so an assault charge was guaranteed. The woman, on the other hand, denies being violent with him in the past.
We've been together for 7 months.
That may be the case.
I never even hit him.
But if things are that bad, then don't be with him.
I never even hit him, officer.
I'm not saying you did.
He just called the police for nothing. I never
Well, then don't be with them. Don't do something like this where when you hit somebody in the face with something
he wants to
in front of a police officer, then we have to take you to jail.
Hopefully, the officer's tough love can snap the woman out of her pity party, and we're sure this toxic couple would be better off without each other's drama. When the cops need to be called, you've clearly crossed a line, and there's no going back. So despite feeling sorry, this woman would still have to face the consequences.
One thing about me, like, my mom raised me different. I would never put my hands on a woman. Now, if you got a knife, you trying to kill me or something, that's different. But other than that, I'm not putting my hands on a woman. And I tried multiple times, like, I'm just back away. She just hit me in my head, doing this, doing that. I'm just like, bro, just leave, just go.
Her actions make us agree with the man that she deserves to go to jail. Although it appeared earlier that she was starting to accept the fact that she was going to jail, she suddenly realized that she's not ready for the consequences.
You're gonna do this to me! I swear to God, you're gonna do this to me! You're gonna do this to me! You're gonna get me with assault! You're gonna do this to me!
Just go back inside. Go back inside.
You're gonna do this to me!
Second chances are rarely applied to people who are violent, and trying to play the sympathy card is not going to get this woman anywhere. She was later charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. A lot of people test their luck with fake IDs, but not everyone gets away with it. On the 12th of February, 2024, airport police responded to an incident involving a 19-year-old using someone else's ID.
This guy right here came up, asked for 2 Long Island teas, told him we couldn't serve him 2 of them. I'd have 2 IDs, said they're both for him, said I can't do that still, gets a shot, Long Island tea, goes back over to the table, sends his brave friend over with a fake ID that's obviously not him, takes off, so he knows where he is. I want y'all to put him to the fucking ring.
Okay. Did he show you a fake ID?
Yeah, he showed me a fake ID.
Okay.
The bartender who spotted this trickery going on had a good eye, and his quick action stopped the guy in his tracks. Unfortunately, by the time the cops arrived, the man had bolted, and the cops were left to interview his acquaintance.
I'm with the airport police department. Where's your friend at that was with you?
He left. They had that people.
Okay.
So I stayed. I know I'm good.
Okay, can I see your ID real quick?
I got a passport.
You got a passport? Okay. So who was your friend that you were with?
His name is Taylor Hicks.
His name is Taylor?
Taylor Hicks.
Okay. So how do you know him?
We're coworkers.
Your coworkers? Where do you work with him at? Okay.
We live in Tampa.
Okay, so you're traveling together? So are you guys flying back to Tampa right now?
Yeah.
The man was very cooperative and friendly. It's pretty funny how he immediately pointed out that they were only co-workers. Now the job was to track this underage drinker down. And since we're at the airport, it's clear that he couldn't have gone very far.
Did you buy him an alcoholic beverage?
This is mine. I got this shot of Tito's that I poured in.
Okay, go ahead and write his name down for me if you would. So he was traveling with the guy. He should be at Charlie 27 waiting to get on his flight.
Charlie 27, okay,
Yeah.
right.
So we're getting his name right now. So
The bartender said that you walked up and you tried to get two of those. Were you getting one for him? Okay.
Well, two for me because I have anxiety, so I always.
Okay.
We appreciate the man having no hesitation in ratting his coworker out, and this certainly makes the cop's job a whole lot easier. He's clever to not say anything incriminating either.
Has he worked with the company very long, or do you even know?
I know he's been with my company for about 2 months now.
Okay, so he's fairly new. Okay. And was it at random that they send these people with you, or have you ever traveled with them before?
Well, I've traveled with my company. This is my first trip with him.
Oh, okay, first trip with him. Okay. So you didn't, prior to this, you didn't really know the guy, right? Okay. Okay.
I was listening. One of the managers was texting me, so I was listening to her voice note. I saw that interaction, and I saw him pick up his stuff and say, "Bro, let's just go." And I was like, "Well, I'm listening to something," and then he walked off.
So he just peaced out.
Yeah, he was just like,
wow, interesting.
And then I'm just sitting here like, well, I guess he went to the bathroom or something, and then
he didn't ask you to purchase anything for him, right? That was what my coworker was asking. Okay.
The cop has now basically found out everything he can from the guy. Now the man can go back to eating his pizza while the cop starts to look for the underage suspect, who probably has no idea what's coming for him.
What happened?
I went up there with my friend's ID, and then he said, leave the cafe before we call the cops, and then, yeah, so
You went up there with your friend's ID?
Yeah.
Which friend?
So I have another friend leaving to, I don't even know where he's going. I just met him today.
Okay. Can you see the ID?
That's it, yes?
Yeah. What'd you go up there, what you try to do? What were you trying to do with his ID?
What was that?
What were you trying to do with your friend's ID?
I was just trying to get a drink.
Okay, like what kind of drink? Alcohol?
I just said tea.
Where's your ID?
My ID?
If you just said a tea?
Yeah, can I get some tea?
So you went up to
it's a bar,
a bar and you asked for a sweet tea, but you provided ID?
There's no situation in which it would be okay to use someone else's ID, but this guy just admitted doing it to the cops like it's not even a crime. However, he's visibly nervous, and we can already see the holes forming in his story.
He gave me that ID. I don't know, it was some dude I met this weekend.
You just said you met him today?
Yeah, today. No, this weekend. Keegan.
Okay, and you met him today.
What's that?
You met him today?
Yeah, no, this weekend.
This weekend, and he just gave you this ID. What did he give it to you for?
Today.
Okay, you met him this weekend, but he was here today, and he gave you this ID for
just to have, yeah.
Just to have,
yeah.
And to use it to buy tea from bars.
No, not from bars. I just kind of did it today, just kind of see if I can get one.
Just help me make sense of it.
Yeah, just trying to get one, but he gave me that ID.
No, I don't know. What I want you to help me make sense of. So you go up to the Pizza Hut bar and you say, "Can I get a tea?" And you hand him your ID.
I was trying to get one, but
what were you trying to get?
An alcoholic tea.
Okay, so you're trying to use this ID to get an alcoholic beverage, okay, right?
Yeah, that's my bad.
Okay.
The officer's properly grilling this guy, giving him no chances to spin more lies. It's refreshing watching the cop take swift action, and by now, the suspect's probably wishing he never attempted this stupid stunt in the first place.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if it worked. So.
Okay, you were trying to see if... Do you think this even looks like you?
No.
Not at all, right?
Yeah.
So why would it even work? Why would you even try it?
I don't know yet.
Why would you take a guy's ID that you met this weekend and think that doesn't look anything like you, that you'd be able to go up to a bar and use it to get something?
I don't know. People use fake IDs all the time, so I just assumed that I would get one.
So you're aware that it's a fake ID? That's fake.
I didn't know if it was fake. You just gave me it.
Well, it's fake because it's not yours. It might be a real ID, but it's not yours. Yeah. Okay.
Just because people use fake IDs all the time, it doesn't mean it becomes less of a crime. Well, he did say that he just wanted to try and see if it would work. So now he knows it doesn't, and this guy had to learn it the hard way. So instead of getting a buzz on, he's now going to be getting handcuffs on.
Go ahead and do me a favor. Turn around. I got it. Go ahead and stand right back for me. Okay.
Do I still get to catch my flight, or
you're going to jail? Okay, you're not catching your flight today. You're going to jail. This one? Okay, come on, let's go.
So I mean, I'm here on a business trip, so I'm not even paying for my flight.
Well, the flight.
Whenever you get released, you come back, tell me to rebook your flight.
This guy received a cold hard serving of justice, and hopefully he'll learn his lesson this time. We bet he's gonna have a hard time explaining this to his work though. The man was charged with fraud, use, and possession of false identifying information. These insane manipulators likely thought they would never get caught, but justice always finds a way. Make sure you don't miss out on our next crazy countdowns.